أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم, which means, O Allah, I seek your protection from the accursed Satan, and I start with the name of Allah, the Compassionate, the Merciful.
Of Surah 91, Al-Shams, which means the sun. In the name of Allah, the Compassionate, the Merciful. By the sun and his rising brightness, by the moon which rises after him, by the day which reveals his splendor, by the night which veils him, by the heaven and him that built it, by the earth and him that spread it, by the soul and him that molded it, and inspired it with knowledge of sin and piety. Blessed shall be the man who has kept it pure, and ruined he that has corrupted it. Thamud rejected their apostle in their rebellious pride when the most wicked of them broke forth. Allah's apostle said to them, "This is Allah's she-camel, let her drink." They disbelieved him and slaughtered her. So their Lord destroyed them for their sins and razed their city to the ground. He did not fear the consequences.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم, which means, O Allah, I seek your protection from the accursed Satan, and I start with the name of Allah, the Compassionate, the Merciful.
Translation of Surah 92. Al-Layl, which means the night. In the name of Allah, the Compassionate, the Merciful. By the night when it lets fall its darkness, and by the day when it brightens, and by the creating of the male and female, your endeavors have different ends. For him that gives in charity and guards himself by obeying Allah and believes in goodness, we shall smooth the path of salvation. But for him that neither gives nor seeks Allah's reward and disbelieves in goodness, we shall smooth the path of affliction. When he breathes his last, his riches will not avail him. It is for us to give guidance. Ours is the life of this world and the life to come. I warn you then of the blazing fire, in which none shall burn save the hardened sinner, who denies the truth and gives no heed, but kept away from it will be the more righteous, who gives in alms, but not in return for any favor done to him, and who also does good for only the sake of the reward of God. Most High, verily He will be content.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم, which means, O Allah, I seek your protection from the accursed Satan, and I start with the name of Allah, the Compassionate, the Merciful.
Translation of Surah 93. Al-Duha, which means daylight. In the name of Allah, the Compassionate, the Merciful. By the light of day, by the night when it falls, your Lord has not forsaken you, nor does He abhor you. The life to come holds a richer prize for you than the present life. Surely your Lord will give you what will please you. Did He not find you an orphan and give you shelter? Did He not find you wandering and guide you? Did He not find you poor and enrich you? Therefore do not oppress the orphan, nor drive away the beggar, but proclaim the bounty of your Lord.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم, which means, O Allah, I seek your protection from the accursed Satan, and I start with the name of Allah, the Compassionate, the Merciful.
Translation of Surah 94. Al-Inshirah, which means comfort. In the name of Allah, the Compassionate, the Merciful. Have we not lifted up and expanded your heart and relieved you of the burden which weighed down your back? Have we not given you high renown? Every hardship is followed by ease. Every hardship is followed by ease. When you have finished, resume your toil and seek your Lord with all fervor.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim, which means, O Allah, I seek your protection from the accursed Satan, and I start with the name of Allah, the Compassionate, the Merciful.
In Surah 95, Al-Teen, which means the fig. In the name of Allah, the Compassionate, the Merciful. By the fig and by the olive, by Mount Sinai and this inviolate city, we created man with the most noble image, and in the end we shall reduce him to the lowest of the low, except the believers who do good works, for theirs shall be recompense never to be cut off. What then can after this you deny the last judgment? Is Allah not the best of judges?